everyone? Jimmy Landry here, Cakewalk Artist Relations Manager, and I'm in Hollywood, California today with Sonar users RICKONE and with Lance Jones of Arista Tracks. Thanks for having me here, you guys.
What up, what up?
Really appreciate it.
Thank you for coming.
These guys are awesome. You probably have heard of them, but if you haven't, you're going to see kind of a timeline here of where these guys started and what they're working on now. They're working on some amazing things. They're part of the Black Eyed Peas camp. They've been working on some crazy stuff recently. Rick, why don't you start out by just telling us a little bit about what, where you started this whole journey.
All right, back in '99, I moved from Las Vegas to Santa Monica to join a hip hop group called Blood of Abraham. They were signed to Eazy-E and Ruthless Records. I was, offered the opportunity because I DJ'd at the time, and one of my best friends was in the group. So he's like, "Yo, Rick, you want to come on board and DJ for our group for this tour?" I was like, "Okay, cool." So I moved out here. Got my passport, found myself in Europe opening up for Public Enemy back then.
Wow.
And then after that tour was finished, we came back to Santa Monica, and then that's when I met, my musical family, which I call it. And I learned basically just by being in the studio with a guy named will.i.am, a lot of the stuff I know now.
So that must have been a sick experience to be next to him on a daily basis, just pounding out tracks.
That guy is a genius, and it's truly a blessing to be by his side for those years that I was just like watching him and seeing his overall work ethic, and it's amazing.
What it takes to really get the real deal done.
Yeah. Once again, we are the Arista Tracks. I am RICKONE.
I'm Lance Jones.
And anything that we do is listen deep music, which is my man Poet Named Life.
That's right.
Signed to will.i.am Music Group. This is it. This is one of the joints right here. Remix we did for Flow Rider and will.i.am. It's called In the Air.
Check it out. Here it is.
Put your hands up to the sky. Wave 'em round and round the side to side. It's a party, shawty, gon' touch the roof. And we got them bottles popping up my booth. So throw your hands in the air.
I was actually a struggling musician in the city, like a lot of people were, and I was working at Starbucks. And this guy comes into Starbucks one day, and his name's Seth Benzer, aka Shifty Shell Shock from Crazy Town. And he's cool, he's got his tattoos all over. I mean, cool guy though, really sweet guy. And I used to hook him up with his Americano every day. And one day he came in and there was an Al Green song playing, and I was like, "Hey, you know who that is, man?" And he's like, "Yeah, that's Al Green." I was like, "Okay, this guy might like dig what I do." So I gave him my music, and that day he just like went crazy. He called my manager and just like said, "Have that guy call me right now."
That's amazing.
So yeah, I was like, "Cool, what's up, Seth Benzer?" So I was talking to him, and I ended up like 2 weeks later. It's kind of like his story a little bit. 2 weeks later, I was on tour. I was in Italy. Through him, I had met some of the P's. I'd met Apple and Will, because Seth grew up with Will and Apple, Seth Benzer. So anyways, one day I went to Apple's house to meet up with Motivate, which is one of the original guys from the Black Eyed Peas camp as well.
Definitely.
DJ Motivate, and I was there, and Motivate wasn't there yet, so I'm like, okay, here we go,
Actually, Motivate never showed up.
He didn't even show up. See, I didn't even know that part.
He was MIA.
So I'm there, and I walk up, and I hear some music in the background. It's right there, like there's one of the studio rooms, and I'm like, what's that? And he ends up, I think I knocked on the door or something, and he comes out, and he has this Lakers jersey on, just laid back. And I was like, what's up? He's like, what's up? And then we introduced, and I heard the tracks he was playing because they were just instrumentals, and he's like, I was like, what are you doing? And I listened to what he did and all that, and I liked it. He was really nice, and so I said, let me get some tracks, man. I'm working on my record. And he's like, all right, let me see what you can do. And he threw 3 tracks at me, and like 2 days later, I came back with the full songs done. Of course, done in Cakewalk Sonar.
Right.
The next track is off Shifty's record that's coming out actually, and I was featured on it. It's called Cherry Lane. Shifty Shell Shock featuring Lance Jones. Here it is, check it out.
So basically,
the mix is what makes the angle.
I'm the beat guy. He's the melody maker.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, he's the key guy. I'm the beat guy.
It sounds like there's not one set formula for each artist either, right? Like you come at things differently on a per artist.
No, well, I mean, you know, you gotta ask the artist, like, what are, you know, they basically have a vision. What's your vision on this track? Okay, this is what you're hearing. You just create from scratch every time with, you know.
You gotta get their vibe.
Nothing's ever, it's all about vibe in the studio. Nothing's ever the same.
Right. This is ridiculous, right?
This is called the Hitbox Mobile.
Alright, so
this is
give us
RICKONE's
the lowdown on what the deal is with this.
Tell them what's up, dude. We call them the Hitbox Mobiles, AristoTrax machine, and it's loaded up with sonar and all kinds of stuff, and you can just take that box by itself and plug it into any studio and just like, wow.
Which I've done.
He done it, yeah.
And my man Don was tripped out when I walked in with this and my monitor and my keyboard. He was like, yo, he's like, what is that? I was like, yo, it's a hitbox.
They love it, and the blue light comes on when you turn it on.
And he really got a kick out of it.
So how long have you been using sonar for yourself?
Like years now. I started on Sonar XL, basically Sonar 2. And that's when I started, and I started working with it.
You guys dig the fact that you just work so fast on it? Because you were telling me the other night, like you are like lightning on this thing.
Yeah,
I'm just like, whoa, slow down.
I'm really fast. I did a whole record with like I said, Don was in 7 days.
Right.
Programmed all the drums in 7 days.
That's
a full album.
Right. Amazing.
I think 14 or 15 songs.
Alright, so once again, we are the Arista Tracks. And if you want to get to know us a little bit more, say what's up, whatever, you know, you can catch me at www.dipdive.com/member/Lance Jones Music. And you can check it out, check some music out, stuff you didn't even hear today, and just get to know us a little bit more. And
you could get me at www.dipdive.com/member/R1CKONE.
RICKONE.
Once again, we are the Arista Tracks, and I up and we're out of here.
Actually, you can
be greedy. In my money pants, got so many bees, call me honey man. Do the money dance.